Good morning, everyone. This is Lindsey Hellison back in the building. Another SPS Monday Motivation. Happy Monday. It's a rainy Monday here, East Lansing, Michigan. It may be rainy throughout the state, but I hope that didn't stop you from enjoying some sunshine this weekend. I know there was a little rain here. I was participating in the Michigan State open practice festivities, a lot of pregame. It was homecoming at Michigan State. Very festive time. And also yesterday, Sunday, in Detroit, the Horatio Williams Foundation. Who could this be this morning? Let me guess. It is Michelle Mimi Watkins. Good morning, Michelle. Happy to see you today. Hope you had a great weekend. Had a great weekend indeed as we get through October. Can you believe that? Very enjoyable sports-filled weekend. It was good to reconnect with Michigan State. It's a place I spent a lot of time based on proximity and just my passion. Continue to work with and help our young people. So today's message, ironically, is you have to play defense as a team. You have to play defense as a team, Michelle. And ironically, this message isn't necessarily driven by just me being at Michigan State for their open team practice, which was really cool. It was really good to get down there and be a part of the excitement. But it actually goes back to a clip that I heard earlier in the week. And it was a gentleman playing basketball, some pickup basketball, which although I'm not playing anymore, I still got a lot of love for. And he's upset and he's bothered because he says, this is why I don't bring young people to the gym. Because if a guy says, I guarded my man, that means he doesn't get the concept that defense is a team sport. And I think that's an excellent analogy for a lot of things that are happening both in our athletic world and our non-athletic world. Just think about this idea. Let's look back to the original Dream Team. There you have Larry Bird, Larry Legend, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan. Legends upon legends upon legends. And this group, each of these individuals, individually with their championship rings, could take over a game at any time and will go down as being some of the greatest basketball players to ever play. However, when they came together for this collective goal, Michelle, one collective goal, which was USA basketball, they knew that they had to put aside their individual desire to get their own accolades for the sake of the team. So, and I think that many times in today's society, we become so driven by this idea of the individual accolades. Let me get mine. Now, I do understand the individual achievement. I do understand your ability to get your personal best and achieve more, but I think that can get lost in the concept because whether it's at work, whether it's working with others or whatever it may be, in some way or form, you have to be part of the team concept in some way or form. When you talk about the psychological aspect of it, a team is a group of two or more people who interdependently seek to meet a common purpose, often through problem solving in most cases. And I'll just leave it at that. Working interdependently. So much, whether it's social media or just a desire to be on top, we don't look like things like that. And it's almost been looked at as almost a sign of weakness or non-focus to think about something other than yourself. So what I want to emphasize today, that if you're at a point where you're trying to get more, trying to achieve more, it may be a matter of not necessarily what you can do individually, but what you can do to be more of the team. Again, this may be along the lines at the job that you are at. It may have something to do with your family dynamics. This may have something to do with working within your friend group, to be more of the team. To bring it a little bit more modern, this is more of a modern day USA team, USA basketball team. Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, of course. But Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Durant, greats upon greats, all will definitely have Hall of Fame careers. And along with Kobe already having that. But just think about how each of these individuals have the ability to take over a team at one point in time and just go for broke, get all the highest, scoring averages, rebounds, whatever it may be. But again, when they had this common goal, this USA team basketball goal, they put all that aside to make way for a greater opportunity. So I'm hope that somewhere along the lines that you're in a position that what you're working on can be part of a bigger team aspect. Because when it comes time for everybody to kick in, everyone to give in, you don't want to be weak in that category. You don't want to be weak when it comes down to reliability. when I think about the idea of playing defense as a team, I'm reminded of the times of me potentially defending the best player on the court. And part of my confidence in defending the best player on the court is that if I overcommit to this player, I have the confidence that my teammates are going to back me up. And I think that's the concept we need to drill home today. You want to be in a position where you're known for being someone who will back the team up. You're reliable. Can someone count upon you? Can you do something that's not just about you? Because there's going to come a time, there's going to come some dynamics where you have to get past the individual desire to be just the man or the woman, if you will, but be part of a team. And I think that's a trait that you want to develop. That's a trait I like to talk to our young people about. Again, we were at the Horatio Williams Foundation. We're members of the Wayne State men's basketball team. A very impressive group of young men. Shout out to Coach E.J. Harrelson, who brought them over to talk about mental health during this roundtable discussion with the Horatio Williams Foundation. But I think the concept makes sense, and it's not just about sports. Sports is the introduction to this discussion, but it's not the conclusion of it. We want to be somebody who can be relied upon. Give Michelle a call. She can help you out with what's going on. And as I say that, she says, trait of being reliable and also accountable. Wow. We just took it there, Michelle. I like that. Reliable and accountable. Can you be accountable for your actions? Can you be relied upon? Or every time something falls short, will there be someone else's name in your mouth that you're going to blame? Now, these are some tough things to think about because now we're talking about a different level of growth for the individual. Not just your individual accolades, as I've been saying, but what can you do for the greater good? When can you walk into a situation and say, you know what, it may be beneficial for me to give a little bit more. It may be beneficial for me to be a little bit open. It may be beneficial for me to see what I can do to help others. And unfortunately, there's been situations where you may have been burned. Someone may have taken advantage of that. But I surely would hate that you would become so locked into a mindset of not giving based on negative outcomes compared to allowing yourself to be a little vulnerable at times to be able to help others. Now, with that being said, every scenario is different. But please do not go around in this world with an attitude that if it's not something I benefit from, I'm not contributing. Because believe me, the time is going to come when you're going to wish that you could be the beneficiary of someone else's assistance. The time is going to come where despite what you plan, despite what you want to accomplish, you're going to need some help. And wouldn't it be great at that time when you look up and you know you need help, that someone can say, hey, that person's been there for me. They're a team player. Let me roll up my sleeves just as if they have done. Someone once told me the worst time to need a friend is when you need one, if that makes any sense. And you don't want to be that. Michelle says, turn negative outcomes as learning lessons for positive forward movement. That's right. Don't get so caught up in what has happened that has held you up. And you're speaking to my heart when you say that about some things that I'm working on and working through to be able to say, you know what? I know what the past has been like, but here we are with a new opportunity today. I think in many cases, and I use the young people I met with yesterday, Michelle, is a great example, as there is power in your vulnerability. There's power in your ability to look at a scenario and say, you know what? I know what may have happened before, and things may be a little different. And because of what I want, I'm willing to take the next steps to try to achieve that. But here, I look at it like this, Michelle. Instead of having that same anxiety you may have had the first go around, the second go around, the third go around, you can approach it with a different mindset where the anxiety is not there, and you're able to say, hey, come what may. But being a team player is important, and it takes a team effort to play defense. And again, that's a sports analogy, but defense is so needed for a team to be successful. And that's something you got to look at when you're going forward. Michelle says, often we don't see the opportunities of being vulnerable. No, we don't. Because who wants to be vulnerable, right, Michelle? Who wants to feel that they're not at their strongest? Who wants to feel that they may allow someone to seep in? But the vulnerability is saying, I know who I am. I know where I am right now. I know where I may fall a little short or I may not be as comfortable. But with that being said, there's a great amount of power in vulnerability. And I would just hope that my listeners can receive that, and there may be somewhere along the lines in their daily life that they can look at implement that when the opportunity presents itself. Listen, this life is so wild. You know, what happened yesterday can be totally different to the outcomes of today. So as we stay present, as I talk about with mindfulness, and be as non-judgmental as possible, my hope is that that can allow you to explore inside yourself and be the best version of yourself. because that's what we're all trying to do, be the best version of ourselves and accomplish as much as we can. But I say that by saying, in many cases, you got to play defense as a team. You got to be involved. You got to get more. You have to ask, what can I contribute? And it's not just about what you can get from something, but what you can give and provide. Well, at that point, Michelle, we're at the 10-minute mark. I hope this Monday motivation can be inspiring to those who hear it. I hope it can lead you to think about something that can allow you to give more, have a little bit of vulnerability as you try to achieve more, and also be somebody who can be relied upon, as Michelle said, be held accountable. So with that being said, I want you to have a great day, have a great week, have a great month, have a great year, have a great life. Lindsay Austin with SPS. See you guys next time. Take care. Thank you, Michelle. I always appreciate you too. Bye-bye.